Let's go.
Since it appears you're calling back into a live show, we're reconnecting you now.
Daily go, daily go, daily to daily, daily go, daily, daily, daily to daily, daily go, daily, daily, daily go. Get up, this show. You think it ain't when it is? You think it won't when it is? We are here and we are in motion. We do this thing, taking off fast lane, no coasting, and we back another night. And I don't see the end in sight until they get right, but they still gotta give me the dough, so I'ma do what I got to do. I'ma start the show now, cause I'm in the crib and I don't have nothing else better to do. This is really where I live and I stay, and it's our way. So let's do this thing at least one more day. Say, So yo, this is the Daily Go Get It Business Show, and tonight we're talking about the one that got away. I'm sorry, the one you gave away, the one that got away, and the one that died. You know, people come in and out of our lives, and some people who came into our lives, we may not have treated them like we wanted them to be there at the time, and somehow they didn't remain there. Now, to be fair, there may have been circumstances at the time that didn't warrant us keeping them there or them staying, but sometimes it gets a little tragic for the people that come into our lives and make magic. So we're gonna talk about that tonight. The one you gave away, the one that got away, and the one who died. Yeah, it could get a little sensitive tonight. It might get a little sensitive tonight, but we gonna get the thing right. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. And yes, we can. Sun 752, and you know we stand at the top of the key. It's just you and me, and we gonna make this shit exactly how we make it wanna be. So that's how it's going down. Go Get a Business Show. Shoot, my PC is acting like it got the hiccups. But we're going to get it together. It's going to be all right. Yeah, you know it's going to be all right. Everything is going to be okay. And we designed it and made it exactly that way. So, yo, hold on to y'all hats because we're going to have a goodie tonight. We're going to have a goodie tonight just like we have every night. And so let's get it popping. Urban Therapy with Sun 752 with this your daily. The Daily Go Get It Business Show. We do this every single day. Every day it rains. Every day it rains. And the DG will do the same. We break it down, baby. Every day it rains. And the DG will do the same. Every day it rains. And the DG will do the same. Every day it rains. And the DG will do the same. Every day it rains and the DG will do the same. I'm your host, Sun 752, aka Omar with the and if you can't say Omar with the well, then you just say Omar with the R. This is the Daily Go Get It Business Show. Tonight on the Daily Go Get It Business Show, we're going to talk about the people who you can't keep running in and out of my life. You can't keep running in and out of my life. Yeah, man. Sometimes, you know, we don't keep the people in our lives that we've had in our lives. Sometimes that's the way it be. I see my video is acting a little crazy. It's acting a little funny on my side. So let me know. Am I like buffering? Am I skipping and blipping? Am I delaying? And does it look funny from what I'm saying? Let me know. I had to do some things tonight. I had to clear my browser. I had to get that right. Like, clear my browser. Because I'm like, ever since this update, this joint been acting funny. It been acting a little funny. It's getting a little wild. But we're going to work through it, you know, one way or another. You know how we do. But I want the video to be right. Y'all know how I get. I'm a stickler for that type of thing. Sight and sound. I'm all about that life. Sight and sound. Let's get it right. Let's get it right. Carol Chamberlain, let's get it right. T. Carey Wright, get it right. Ansel Jones, get it right. Job Biggs, get it right. Who else here get other people that's hiding in the background, get it right. Y'all don't always have to talk to get it right. Let me see. You buffered, but it was short-lived. You're all good now. Okay. On my side, it don't look all good. It don't look all good. It's like but nonetheless, I digress, and we gonna put this thing to the test. We gonna prove that we the best for sure. We gonna get 100 on this motherfucking score. That's my word. You do. Have you heard? All right. So let me just tighten up a few things here. A few things gonna be all right. Everything is gonna be all right. So let's get into it, y'all. Let's get into it. The one you gave away, the one that got away, and the one who died. Listen. Let me put out this little disclaimer tonight. I'm not talking about anybody's particular situation tonight. I don't care if you've confided in me, if you talk to me about it, if I know, if it's public knowledge. I'm not here to put anybody's personal situation on blast. We're not doing that. We're not going to do that. But I do know that in our life experience, as far as relationships are concerned, as far as past loves are concerned, there can be a whole lot of twists and turns. And sometimes when things happen at certain periods in our lives, we may not be able to take inventory of exactly what's going on. You know, when something happens to you when you're very young, you know, what you may have envisioned your future to be, it can be a lot different than what may have actually happened in reality. But when you never get a chance to experience the reality of the future coming into fruition, but then, for lack of a regular term, but to use a statistics term, if any of y'all have ever taken the class statistics, we're going to extrapolate. I mean, we tend to extrapolate. That means when you kind of predict what something is going to be based on evidence of what you have seen. So we may not have an actual number or an actual account of what would have happened, but based on the trends, based on the patterns, based on the data that we have and the way that things were going, it looks like it was going to go that way. So I'm going to put it to you like this. And I'm not saying that I'm starting off with this first, but let's say when you were very young, you were involved with somebody who died. When you were very young, you know, whatever very young means to you, because regardless of what your age was, your mental and emotional state of maturity is what was really taking center stage at the time. So let's say you were a teenager, or let's say that you were in your 20s. Those are the times when we considered ourselves to be very young, right? So if you lost a love through death, if you were going with somebody, engaged to somebody, or married to somebody when you were really young, at the time, they may have seemed like they were the love of your life. They may have seemed like this person was the one person that understood me. They got me. This is the one I really loved and that really loved me. This is the one that showed me everything, took me everywhere, gave me everything. This is the one who will put up with my shit, encouraged me to do shit, loved everything about my shit. That's the way you looked at it, probably either at the time of their death or because they died. Maybe what was really happening was that you were on your way to achieving that with that person, but because their life was cut short. So was your experience with them. So all you can say whatever you want to say about what would have happened. I know that we would have been together forever and we would have had children and we would have had the greatest love of all and our marriage would have been the best. Because that man or that woman was like no other man or no other woman that I've ever had before or since. But for some reason, God took that man or that woman away from me and I'm just here. I'm just here, out here in this wilderness. Well, shit happens the way it happens, but life goes on, right? Okay, you may have accepted that life goes on, but you have not accepted that even if that person may have survived, you may not have stayed on that same track. But it's hard to tell anybody that has lost a lover through death. And I ain't the one to tell them. But since I'm not talking to anybody in particular, then I can just throw it out there and y'all can do with it whatever y'all want to do with it. But this shit is serious shit. It's hard. It's very hard. Listen, man, I have never lost a lover that I was active with. I have never lost a girlfriend that I was active with. I haven't done that. So it might be easier for me to speak on this situation. It might be different if I was in the middle of being with somebody, and really deep into them and they got killed some kind of way. Car accident, somebody murdered them, some other type of accident, sickness, whatever, It's hard to say whether that situation is easier or harder to deal with when they pass away suddenly or when they get sick and die and you have to, deal with them until they finally pass. One thing about when you're dealing with a past love that has died through sickness, you kind of get a little bit of a picture of how it actually would have went. So I wonder sometimes if people who have lost a love through sickness, if they get a more accurate picture of what the future could have been. And I'm going to say it like this. And remember, man, I'm not trying to diss nobody. I'm really not. But if a person got sick and died, you kind of see how they were before they got sick, when they got sick, and when they got to the point where they weren't able to take care of themselves anymore. So you kind of see like, I really did love him or her, but they were an asshole. If they died suddenly, you would never say that shit. No, they wasn't no asshole. Sure, everybody didn't like them, or they wasn't everybody's cup of tea, but they, we martyr people through death. I mean, I'm just keeping it real. We do. We martyr people through death, especially when it gets personal. Because I'm gonna keep it a buck, man. Like even taking it away from our loves. Look at the people. Look at some of our celebrities who have died. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Tupac was not no great rapper. He was a hell of a good rapper, and he was definitely a prolific rapper. But a great rapper, stop it. Stop it. And I ain't know nobody who had Tupac in their top 5 best rappers when he was alive. And I'm a hip hopper, a real one. I talk to hip hoppers. I grew up with hip hoppers. I am hip hop. And we used to talk about top 5s all the time. In our teens, in our 20s, and our 30s. And I ain't never heard nobody say that Tupac or Biggie was in their top 5 when they was alive. Stop it. And I'm just keeping it a buck. I'm just keeping it a buck. I used to get on my man. Back. This is back in the day when I'm like 19 years old. I used to get on this board. We used to have arguments about who were the best rappers, top 5, all the time. And you could see the difference. You could see the difference in the way that we looked at the situation. Like he was really his top 5 involved who made hits and stuff like that. Like he had Heavy D in his top 5. I was like, who? Heavy D? Like, dude, you're not even talking to me about no top 5 if you got Heavy D in your top 5. He ain't that kind of rapper. The overweight lover Heavy D in your top 5? But that lets you know where he was with it. I remember he said Heavy D, Chill Rob G. Do y'all remember Chill Rob G? You know, he was the original. I got the power. Yeah, he was the originator of that one before Snap came along and took it, along with all of the fame. He said him. I don't even remember him having Rakim or LL or Big Daddy Kane in his top 5. I don't remember. I was like, so anyway, we martyr people. We martyr people in death. So right after Tupac died, all of a sudden he the best rapper that ever. What? Nigga, where? How? What song? What skills? Yeah, he can rap, but he was a regular rapper. He ain't say no. Ain't no. To me, Tupac's biggest quotable was his diss. When he dissed Biggie on Hit 'Em Up. Yeah, nigga, that's why I fucked your wife. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's your quotable? Come on, man. Come on. He wasn't that kind of rapper. He wasn't like Big Daddy Kane. You'd be like, yo, you know, you could quote. He got quotables for days. So put a quarter in your ass because you played yourself. Easily. Cool G Rap, same song. When G Rap takes a slice, I get nice in this slices. You know what I'm talking about. Forgot it. He got quotables. Anyway, so when you lose a lover in death, you may martyr them in ways. You may honestly feel, I'm not going to dispute your feelings. You may honestly feel like had that person lived, y'all would have had the best thing that ever happened to you. Maybe you feel like you would have been the greatest thing that ever happened to him. I've always wondered that. People who say that, you know, when they lose a lover in death, when they lose a spouse in death or whatever, I always wonder, like, all right, you talk about how this person was to you. I hardly ever hear people say what they were to that person. And maybe that's just not part of the conversation, but, you know, it is what it is. Robbie Ming, my big sis, doing a thing. She's something like a queen for a king. It ain't no thing. And my man, magnificent Morocco. What's going on, my man, magnificent Morocco? Ansel Jones says, Biggie, Tupac, Big Pun, Jay-Z, Jadakiss. Man, you tripping. Okay, I'm gonna tell you why Biggie and Tupac can't be in the top 5 of all time. I'm gonna tell you why. Because they didn't give enough contribution to the game. Yeah, they gave a lot of material, but they didn't give no time. Tupac started off as a dancer for Digital Underground. Digital Underground came out in 1990. So you got 1990 up until the time that he died, which was in 1996. He wasn't a rapper for Digital Underground. So his first album was Brenda's Got a Baby. That was in 1992. That was in 1992 with Tupacalypse Now. He died 4 years later. He didn't have a chance to grow. He didn't have a chance to grow. I ain't really dissing him, but I wasn't a fan. I'm not gonna front. Same thing with Biggie. Biggie made 2 albums. 2. How can he be the greatest of all time with 2 albums? What you gonna say? Yeah, but he was on other people's shit. So who wasn't? Yeah, Biggie was a hell of a feature on other people's shit. Tupac wasn't. You don't hear nobody saying, yeah, the joint with Pac is on there. That shit is on. No, he wasn't that tight. And that kind of lets you know. That kind of lets you know when, you know. Anyway. 2 albums and 4 albums. And you know what? Here go my beef with the whole Tupac thing. Tupac was born in Harlem, New York. Born and raised in Harlem, New York. Born and raised in Harlem, New York. They moved to Maryland. He went to high school and graduated on some old actor shit. He's a great actor because he was an actor. He's not really a rapper. He's an actor. He can rap, but he was an actor. He was. That's why he got more acting roles than everybody else, because he was an actor. He was very good at it. I mean, he is. He just was great at acting. But yeah, so he didn't move to the West Coast until he was 17. Out of high school. 17 years old. You moved to the West Coast. You die when you 25. How is it West Side till I die? How is it West Side? How is it California Love? How? I mean, I know how to count. He had like 12 years in Harlem, 5 years in Maryland, and 8 years in California, particularly Oakland. And you was on the East Coast a lot during you. And nobody ever came out and called him a fraud. I was like, you know why? Because they ain't know. They ain't know. But I'm like, he ain't from the West Coast. He's not. He's not. Had he lived, you think he was going to get away with that shit? With social media? Shit. They'd have been like, yo, imagine if social media was out when Tupac was alive. They'd have been like, yo, why this nigga front like he's from the West Coast? You mean Tupac used to live in Harlem, you know, 100 and something street? No, he ain't from no. Anyway. Okay, let's get back to the whole shit. Let's get back to the whole shit. Okay. And so Jones, Dunbar High School in Baltimore, School of Arts. Mm-hmm. Job Biggs says, oh yeah, you definitely from the South. Boosie, young, wow, young boy, Zoe. Who is Mo 3? And Kevin Gates. Yeah, you must be a millennium. Yeah. Yeah. Because them rappers wouldn't make my top 100. But nonetheless, yeah, we kind of extrapolate, we kind of imagine, we kind of romanticize what would have been if the person who was in our lives that close to us romantically had lived. You know what I'm saying? Like, we romanticize that, and I think that we have every right to do that. You have every right to say what you think it might have been, because it's part of the grieving process. It's part of the healing process. At the same time, we have to move on, and you have moved on because you're still here. And the longer you're here means the longer that they've been gone. So let's go on to the other ones. Oh, by the way, y'all, make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure that y'all share the show. Make sure that y'all subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. If y'all would like to call into the show, please call in, and the number to call is area code 319-527-6199. That's the number to call instead of 319-527-6199. Yes, y'all, instead of 319-527-6199. Yeah, get on the line instead of 319-527-6199. Yeah, get your shine, baby. Get your shine, baby. 319-527-6199. The Daily Go Getimism Show, and we are talking about the one you gave away, the one that got away, and the one who died. All right, let's get into the other ones. Since we started from the back, let's start from the back to the front. The one that got away. The one that got away. Here's the thing about the one that got away, or the one that we look at as having gotten away. The one that got away may have been the one that we tried to hold on to, or the one that we really didn't try to hold on to. It's a funny thing about the one that got away, because it's a double-edged sword, or it can be. You may have really tried to hold on to the one that got away, but maybe the one that got away tried to get away, or maybe you didn't cooperate with the one that got away, so they went away. But one thing is for sure about the one that got away. They didn't sit around, stand around, and wait around for your ass. They didn't do that. You may have pushed them away, or you may have tried too hard to hold them close. But one thing is for sure. If you tried to hold them close, they wiggled their way out like, yo, this shit ain't right. You got to get your shit together first. And if you tried to push them away, they may have said, well, listen, I'm really trying to make this thing work with you. But if you don't want me to be around, then I won't. I'm going to go over here and do my thing. You know what I'm saying? Maybe one day when you get it together, or when you sure about what you want, then maybe we can work something out. But I wouldn't encourage you to take too long. I wouldn't encourage you to take too long, because I'm worth something out here and somebody's going to snatch me up. Now, you may not look at it that way, but you can best believe that's a reality. But the one who got away, the one that got away, didn't try to stay with you. No blow to your ego. They got away. And the reason that we look at them as having gotten away, because we look back on our time with them fondly. That's why we say they got away. Because when we think about what we could have had and what we did have when they were there, when we think about what we had when they were there, we think like, damn, yeah, I probably should have tried harder with that one. Or maybe I should have, maybe I shouldn't have went that hard on them. Maybe I should have tried to regulate myself, or maybe one day I hope that we can get that back together. Because a lot of times the one that got away goes on to be in a successful relationship somewhere else. They got married, or they got engaged, or they're happy with children or whatever. Maybe y'all had children together. Maybe y'all didn't. But one thing is for sure, they went and had children and a life with somebody else. Maybe they went on to become successful financially, and they had a really good head on their shoulders. That's the thing about the one who got away. You ain't gonna look at no chicken head like the one that got away. Like, I mean, you know, I ain't gonna front, man. The twat was the bomb. That shit was woo. The twat is what she got. She's what she got. Bad twat. That's what she got. You may look at it like that, but other than that, it's like, but she was crazy. She was a ratchet. She was all ratchet, chicken head joint. You know what I'm saying? You know, she ain't have her shit together. I just couldn't deal with that on a daily basis. That's not the one that got away. That may be the one you gave away. Like, nah, we good. I'm good. Yo. Listen, you deserve to have somebody who loves you. You deserve to have somebody who can deal with your stuff. You deserve to be with somebody who is there for you. That's him. You go ahead and be with him. I wish you all the best. That's not the one that got away. The one that got away is the one you look upon fondly when you think about them. You know, when you think about what you lost and when you think about what you could have had, you think sort of like, oh man, damn. Well, you know, in a way, you're happy for them, but at the same time, you know, a part of you still wishes that y'all could, you know, have a love connection. But that's the one that got away. That's the one that got away. Sometimes people go back and try to rekindle things with the one that got away. I don't think it's a good idea. You know why I don't think it's a good idea? Because a lot of times when you go back and get with somebody that you've broken up with, and I know this from personal experience, sometimes when enough time passes, you know how you forget why you and somebody else ain't together no more, or how come y'all didn't get it together? Well, guess what's going to happen as soon as y'all get back together? You're going to get reminded. Hey, yo, you're going to get reminded really, really soon about how come y'all broke apart in the first place. You're going to get reminded, homie. They're going to remind you. You're going to get reminded. You understand what I'm saying? It's real shit. It's really real. So, you know, that's just one of those things that you have to deal with. But the one that got away, you'd be willing to take that chance because you might say something like, or you may feel like, yeah, even for all their shortcomings and stuff like that, we were both young. We were both kind of wild. We were curious. We were into different things, but now we're older. We're more mature. And you talk about we, and you're really only giving an account of yourself. You can't speak on anybody else's growth and maturity. You're looking at the other things that they have accomplished in life that didn't have nothing to do with you, and you're talking about their growth and maturity. But that's the way you're feeling because this is the one that got away, and you feeling some kind of way about the one that got away, and you're hoping that you can get back together another day with the one who got away. Get back together today. The one that got away. Hold on. Want to get back together. Getting back today with the one who got away. Getting back today with the one who got away. Getting back today with the one who got away. What else can a nigga say? Getting back today with the one who got away. Getting back today with the one who got away. Get back today with the one who got away. What can I say? Sandra Smith, what's going on? Thanks for coming on through. Check it out, the Daily Go Get a Missing show. And Shanana. What we got? Y'all already did all three. All right, appreciate it. The guy Rakim. Yeah, I mean, if Rakim ain't in your top 5, yeah, that's just I don't know. It's just a suspect top 5. It's just it is. But yeah. So the one that got away might be the one that you search for. That's the one that you pick up your you go on your Facebook account and you go right to the search bar and plug in their first and last name. Well, let me see with it. Oh wow. Let me shoot them let me go to the inbox. Hey, this is such and such. Remember me? Yeah, I know you remember me because you know what I mean. I mean, we were together for years. I might not have even been together for years. You could have been together just a few months, but they got away. And see, the thing is, the one that got away and the one who got away and the one who died both have something in common. And the thing that they may have in common, the thing that they probably have in common the most is that they made a great impact on you in whatever time that they spent with you. Whatever time that you knew them, whatever time that you spent with them, whatever time that y'all were in each other's lives, they made a great impact. You know what I mean? They sliced through the pie, the cheese, the whatever. So the reason that you look at them as the one that got away is because, yeah, this wasn't no chicken head. This wasn't no bum ass nigga. This wasn't somebody that nobody would want. This is somebody of value. Yeah, the one that got away is probably somebody that you valued a lot. You didn't look at them as just some random or some fly by night or some take it or leave it type of person. You looked at them like, I know somebody else is going to be happy with them because I'm happy with them. They're good looking, they good acting, they good feeling, they good doing. And yeah, I might have lost them, and maybe at the time that you lost them, you may have been satisfied with the loss, but you wasn't all that satisfied, because the one that got away are normally the ones that live in your memory in a positive way. That's why they the one that got away. Yay. So, you know, people come in and out of our lives, man. You know how we say, or the old heads say, people are in your lives for a reason and a season. A reason and a season. You know, that reason may be unknown, but that season is definitely something that we can talk about. The season is definitely something that we remember, but we may not understand everything about the season. Like what do you mean the season? You're talking about where I was mentally, where I was emotionally, where I was physically, where I was financially, psychologically. That season. You talking about the season of my teens when I really didn't know that much? Or are you talking about, have you ever seen something fall or move in your peripheral vision? I could have sworn I just saw something fall. Am I tripping? And I'm looking at Crystal. She over there on the couch. I'm like, how are we doing? Anyway, yeah. The season in your life might have been your teens. It might have been your 20s. It might have been your immature season. It might have been your coming of age season. It may have been your season of growth. It could be a whole lot of things. But one thing is for sure is in a season of your past. It's the past season. It's not right now. It's not summer, winter, spring, or fall, regardless of what season that you're in right now. You're talking about the season in your life for that time period. The season is the time period in your life. I know I'm not telling y'all nothing that y'all don't already know. But I'm gonna tell y'all anyway, because sometimes you need somebody else to reiterate it or break it down for you, even though you like sometimes you can know the meaning of a word, or you may know how to use the word in a sentence, whatever, but you may not really understand the deeper meaning of it and why we should use it in this place and not in that place, at this time and not at that time. You know? So the one that got away. So what y'all know about the one that got away? Now, if you're the type of person, and this is just an opinion, you know, y'all know me, I'm gonna give out some opinion. If you're the type of person that has a bunch of people that got away, you might need to evaluate the ones that you actually kept. Like, how did all these chicks get away? How did all these men get away? That ain't the one that got away. These are ones that got away. How all these motherfuckers get away? What you doing? Who the hell left the gate open? What we doing? What we doing, Lisa Mau? What we doing, ma? Huh? Talk to me now. What are we doing? What I'm doing? T. Carey Wright says, I've given people away and had two that died, but there's never been one that got away. Interesting. You know what? To keep it a buck with you, Carrie, I don't have anybody that got away either. And you know, I used to kind of pride myself, probably a little arrogantly, maybe even bragging a little bit, how nobody has ever gotten out of my life that I wanted to keep. Nobody has ever left my life that I wanted to stay. I remember saying that a lot. I'm gonna stop saying that shit though, because it's not really flattering. It's not flattering to me, for me, and it's not flattering to people that I'm not dealing with anymore. And it ain't no big. That's not no big badge to wear. Because you know who says that type shit? People say that type shit when they got a chip on their shoulder or some shit like that. So I had to stop saying that shit, but I used to say it all the time. Ain't nobody ever got away that I wanted to keep. I mean, because, you know, I could have locked them in the basement, you know, threw a padlock on the shit, you know, went through their phone and texted everybody and said that I was going to Africa, or I was going to the South Pole. Wish me well. I might not be back, but if you don't hear from me in a while, then just know I'm cold. I'm chilling. I mean, they ain't have to, but anyway, it's not a badge of honor. It's not a badge of honor to be able to let people go out of your life. You know what I'm saying? We like I was talking about the other night about the IDGAF. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Everybody pride themselves about not giving a fuck. I know that I'm finally maturing because I don't pride myself on not giving a fuck. I definitely give a fuck. But guess what? I may give a fuck. I may be in touch, in tune and in touch with my feelings and let them flow. But I will still make the right moves and the right decisions when I need to. And I won't hesitate to do it. So, yeah, you can play the I don't give a fuck role and totally do the opposite of that, because that's what people do. They claim they don't give a fuck and they do everything that's symbolic of giving a fuck. You definitely give a fuck. You are a GAF type person. You ought to be in a club. You ought to get a job giving a fuck. Because if you don't give a fuck, then you don't run around here talking about how you don't give a fuck. You would be too busy not giving a fuck to be screaming how you don't give a fuck. If anything, you can just say, well, you know, listen, I'm moving on. Yeah, you know, hey, sometimes you get the bear, sometimes the bear gets you. But I think I got the bear this time, and I'm gonna make a rug out this motherfucker and chill. Fuck is you doing? So yeah, I understand what you're saying. Yeah, Carrie, you might not feel like somebody got away. Yeah, I mean, that's reasonable to me. I've talked to a lot of people who really feel like some people really harbor not resentment, but they harbor a lot of guilt about the one that got away. They feel some kind of way about the one that got away. At least somebody who says, sounds like you thought about that. Yeah, I did. When you're younger, you feel an obligation. You often feel an obligation to let everybody know that you'll protect yourself. You ain't gotta let nobody know that you protect yourself. Just protect yourself. You know what I'm saying? Just protect yourself. That's all you gotta do. Don't let them know that you know how to protect yourself or defend yourself. Just let them come on, and then you defend yourself and let them find out the hard way. But people look for chinks in the armor. For some people, not for everybody. Some people seem to be left alone. To get left alone. I ain't one of those people. People want to test me. They want to test me. They do. They want to test me. Let me see what that shit is about. You know what I mean? That's how it is when you big shouldered and wide backed. They want to prove that you big armed, shouldered, and wide backed it, but mushy. Look, you mushy. Them grandma cooking arms. Those ain't muscles. Those grandma cooking arms. Fake muscle having ass. But the one that got away. The one that got away. Oh, where have my past lovers gone? Oh, where can they be? It's all good, though. It's all good. Because in all reality, we have many opportunities and many chances in our lives. We don't always look at it that way, but we do. We get many chances and many opportunities in our lives. Whether we take advantage of those chances and those opportunities differs from person to person. But when we think about the ones that got away, we're actually thinking about our compassion. We're talking about our love. We're thinking about our ability or inability to be able to reason, to be able to compromise, to be able to make a deal, to be able to come to some type of mutual understanding. Our ability to be able to manipulate in a positive way. Manipulation ain't always a bad thing. It's one of those words that gets a bad rap, but it doesn't mean anything negative. We all are manipulated in some type of way. To manipulate something is to put it in a certain position where it has to do one thing or another. And you can manipulate somebody to do the right thing, or you can manipulate them to do the wrong thing. And sometimes it's not about what you manipulated them to do. The bottom line can be what your intentions were and your mental state was when you were doing the manipulating. But your parents manipulated you many times when you were growing up. They put you in positions where you had to do one thing or another, and that's how they taught you. That's how they reared you. That's how they raised you. That's how they grew you up. That's how they tutored you. So no, it can't always be a bad thing. Can't always be a bad thing. Let me see. Hold on. Carol Chamberlain says, need to add another category for that. You arrogant. Never that. You know what? What we not going to do? What we not going to do is we not going to start talking about whether or not I'm arrogant, because I'm not. That's number one. Anybody who says it is being unfair. and not very forward thinking. And they're being a slight bit insensitive, in my opinion, because I'm not arrogant. Actually, I'm quite humble. Quite humble. Sometimes my humility kills me. Okay. Carol Chamberlain says, I've only had two that I gave away, and they were not good for me. Hence, I gave them away. All right. All right. And so Jones says the one that got away was in a different lane in the same race. Okay. Robbie Mink says, my aunt's brother-in-law, which is my buddy from years ago, every time we see each other, he says, you're the one who got away. I say, boy, you're married and stop disrespecting your wife. Your aunt's brother-in-law? So your aunt's husband's brother liked you? Okay. All right. If it's your aunt's brother-in-law, yeah, I guess, ain't he related to you in some kind of way? Your uncle-in-law? Your uncle-in-law twice removed? I don't know. All right. TK Wright says, I used to feel that this one guy got away, but then I realized that every time he was available to me, I didn't want him. He didn't stir me outside of sex. Okay. Wait, what? Not arrogant. Okay. Well, I'm not. Ask anybody who knows me. Who don't be hating. James says, oh, poor baby. I'm sorry. Forgive me, please. Sure, I forgive you. That's what humble people do. See, if I was arrogant, I couldn't push myself to forgive. But that's what I do. I forgive and I move on and I build bridges where other people may burn bridges or tear bridges down. I seek to build more bridges. We will come together and connect. The Lord has ordained me to be able to do that. Thank you, God. All praise is due to Allah. TK Ray says that's like a step uncle-in-law. Karen was like, we don't know you, please. Well, don't ask yourself since you're trying to feel some kind of way. Don't ask you. And don't ask my neighbor. Don't ask no one I hang around. Uh-oh. Don't be afraid. Come to me. Sheesh. Look, I don't listen. We have a call on the line. I'm about to take the caller, but before I do, I just want to go over this whole notion of the one we gave away. Because the one we gave away can be a little confusing. What would make us give somebody away? And were they ours to give? Now, on the surface, when you give somebody away, we're really just talking about somebody who we've dealt with, and we may have dealt with them seriously or for a significant amount of time, but we surrendered them to somebody else. Maybe somebody else liked them. We said, "Yo, go ahead, man. You know what? It's not you, it's me." And you deserve to be with somebody else that wants to be with you. So go ahead. But one thing is for sure, the one that you gave away is probably nobody that you wanted to keep. It's nobody that you may have valued. It's nobody that you may have seen a future with. It's nobody that you look back on and say, yo, if only I had done this and only I had done that, we would have been together. It would have been the first up the bat. If only I had done that or done this, we would have been together, loving and hugging and kissing and make sure that we missing each other. We would have got home, started loving each other. But no, I had to give away, and so I don't want them back no more. Yeah, the one we gave away, you know, you're talking about humility like me. One thing about giving somebody away, you can give somebody away and you can be given away. If you've ever been in a situation where you don't feel like somebody fought to be with you, it can be very disheartening. And I don't mean physically fought to be with you, but like fought to keep you in their lives. They essentially gave you away. They may not be conscious of that, but it won't stop you from feeling like you were given away. Like, damn, I ain't mean enough to this person for them to hang in there, stick in there, and try to keep me there. Lisa Mau says, I used to think that I lost out. I used to think that I lost one, but I realized I was saved from the one or more. Okay. She said, not don't ask my neighbor. I'm just saying. I mean, you know, the emotions told you. The emotions. But yeah. You may have felt like you may have given somebody away because you definitely didn't want to keep them if you gave them away. It's almost like, and this is for lack of a better analogy, but you think about when a mother carries her child for 9 months and then puts the baby up for adoption. Now, she may be putting the baby up for adoption so the baby has a better chance at a better life than the mother can give her at that time, because maybe the mother was too young. Maybe she was out there. Maybe she was on drugs. Maybe there were a whole lot of extenuating circumstances that would have prevented that child from being able to be raised in a healthy way. But that mother gave that child away. And even when that child grows up and finds out that they have been adopted, and even though the parents that may have adopted them really took care of them, there's going to be a void in that child's life because they feel like, damn, my dad just gave me away. Like, I wasn't good enough for you to fight through your addiction, fight through your youth, fight through whatever problems you were having. I mean, for all of that, you could have just aborted me. But instead of aborting me, you just gave me away. You ain't even checked to see if I was all right. Same thing when you give away a love. Carol James says, I don't think we really ever own anyone. You speak for yourself. Shit. Fuck you talking about? I own them. And I mean own them. Shit. I tell you what. Me? I'll put my girl right here. And I will leave for 3 months. And I bet you she won't move from that spot. She'd be right there with Crystal. See? Crystal will run. But she won't go far. You see, she was right here. Oh, right here. Yeah, shit. You never really own anyone. No, you never really own your car. You never really own your house. Okay, to be fair, you never really own the pussy or the dick. But I bet you I own everything else around it. Like I said, we have a caller on the line. Caller with the last numbers 2192. Welcome to the Daily Go Getimism Show. Thank you for holding. What's on your mind this evening, brother?
Shalom, brother.
Yo, I'm feeling like a real man should. Shalom to you. What's good?
Nothing much, man. Nothing much. I just want to speak on topic. On the topic tonight. The one who got away. As you can tell, I feel like I feel strong about this, and also like one of the comments that I heard you read before. I'm gonna also stick in an extra little. I'm gonna stick in an extra little part into it, like not the one who I let go or the one that got away, but the one that never gave a chance as well. You know what I'm saying? But first, I want to speak on the one that got away. You know, or the one that got away, or the one that let go. And what I wanted to ask you is, because I also feel like I never had one that got away, you know what I'm saying? But I wanted to ask you, by hearing also there's a couple people that agree with that, you as yourself, I wanted to ask you, do you think that is a coping mechanism for us, as in like saying, like, cause I know I can say, like, I really don't know of some that I let get away, or you know what I'm saying, because I think of myself and I'm like, all the people that walked out of my life or left, it ended up being for the better of me, you know what I'm saying? Because like I told you yesterday or last night or whatnot, or a couple days ago, I can't recall, but as I said before, they end up being the spit image of who they come up as, you know what I'm saying? And with that being said, like every person that I so-called let go or let get away or what or they left, you know, it comes back later on to see that it was for the greater, like a sweat off my forehead type thing, like, you know, like, oh, I really dodged the bullet on this one, like so I kind of get it. That's the kind of reason why. But do you think that is a coping mechanism for us, like just to keep things together and be like, oh yeah, I don't think I let one get away, or do you believe? You know what I'm saying?
Well,
that's the first question. All right.
Well, it depends on what you're using the coping mechanism for. Like you can be using the fact that you didn't want somebody or that you dodged the bullet in order to impress somebody else. But when it all boils down to it, it's your own feelings and your own emotions that you're going to have to deal with when the smoke clears and when there ain't nobody around. So, you know, if you gave somebody away, or if somebody got away, by the way you feel about them personally, when nobody else is asking you about it, when you alone in your room or by yourself in your car, you know, whatever the case may be, when you're not under any pressure to explain to anybody about what happened or whatever, and you're just thinking about the turn of events that led up to your departure and your separation. That's how you know if somebody got away or if you gave them away. You know.
Okay. Next, I wanted to say this because I have experience now. I can say for sure I have experience of somebody that I let go. Like, you know what I'm saying, of a relationship that I just let go because sometimes you can see the people that you get with, the way and the direction the road can lead or is leading. You know what I'm saying? And to be honest, the relationship that I let go, now that I look upon it, like if I would have held on to that relationship, it would have turned me into a completely different person than what I am today. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think I'd be job bigs right now, you know?
Okay.
But I can't experience that as in actually letting one go and actually, like, you know what I'm saying? Like knowing, like, yo, being with this chick, I would have had a completely different lifestyle. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But and actually, and I wanna go on to actually not giving one a chance. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to add that on as a little side topic to it, and see how you feel about that. Because also I'm not gonna speak for everybody. I'm not gonna say we. I'm not gonna throw everybody underneath the bus because I really don't know. Maybe it's just me, but I know for a fact, like, and like I said, with me already having in the back of my head, you don't have to be like your parents. You don't have to be exactly like your parents, but we have to work on ourselves a little bit harder than normal to be a little bit better than them. We're gonna have traits of our parents, like you said before. It's gonna show up. Our parents gonna show up in this, but you're gonna have to work harder if you don't want to be exactly like your parents. You're gonna have some traits, but you're gonna have to work harder to be. So with me having that in the back of my head, I automatically look at and assess the situation like, yo, your mother is like this. Now you're not gonna be too far. The apple not gonna fall too far from the tree. So you get what I'm saying? So I'm seeing what I got to work with. Oh, and I heard this before somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? If you wanna know how your woman gonna look at her mother. You know. So it's kind of like that, you know. It's kind of like if you're wondering how your woman's gonna look, act, and be like, you know what I'm saying? Look at her mother, and that's kind of like what I did, and didn't give it a chance. Didn't think that, you know what I'm saying? Like, but altogether, because the relationship before I felt had cut deeper, like that girl, like. Literally, the relationship before, the relationship that I always fucking bring up that I've been talking about for weeks now. That relationship was the main relationship that cut the most. Like that. If I slept on the couch, we were sleeping on the couch together. If I slept on somebody's floor, we were sleeping. Like, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't okay, bird fly, make your own way. You know what I'm saying? No, it was us two together and we were doing it. But that was the only relationship that really, like, you know what I'm saying? It was just like what and what. So that's the reason why I kind of feel that way, you know what I'm saying? And I kind of didn't allow the next to get the chance. You get what I'm saying? Because I didn't feel like, and it wasn't just what I didn't feel. I knew that it didn't cut like the other relationship. Like she, like, you know what I'm saying? Like if I'm going through something, I'm going through it on my own. Like you get what I'm saying? Like, it's not me and her going through this together. It's, hey, you work out what you got to work out, and I see you when I see you type. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like I never gave that a chance. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because I've seen it.
Okay. So the majority of the women that you've dealt with in your life, the ones that you're not dealing with anymore. All right. Now, let's break it all down for the topics of this show. Have you ever lost a girlfriend through death?
Through death? A death? No.
Okay. So none of your girlfriends ever got shot and killed like Renee from the Lost Boys?
Nah, but I've messed with an older woman before that ain't here no more. But other than that, nah.
Okay. All right. So all right, between the ones that got away or the ones that you gave away, you said that you never considered one that have gotten away, right?
Yeah, I can't. Well, now that you put it like that, that you made me like that, you had to sit me down like a little boy, and hey, really realize and see, because that's why I say, like, I think that's why I said I think I use it as a coping mechanism. Like, I'm not gonna say for everybody they use it as a coping mechanism, but maybe that's what I was doing. Maybe I just like pondering on things and like trying to uplift myself. You know what I'm saying? But maybe I use some things to uplift myself. But yeah, I until you explained it, like you explained it clear to where I can understand it, because I like no cat. I ain't gonna bullshit. Like, even though I feel like I don't want to be with that girl, and I kind of feel going back. I'm not gonna go there right now, but I want to touch on it. I don't want to forget about what you said earlier, but I didn't even bring it up yet. It was about not going back when you let them go, or when, you know what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. Like maybe it's just me, and maybe I do use that as a coping mechanism. But until you explained it, I didn't really realize, like, yo, I've been talking about this girl for a minute. You know what I'm saying? And out of everybody, like even though I said that her having that baby would stop me, like, being anything else with her, that wasn't the thing that stopped. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it ain't even, and now that I'm thinking about it, it's probably 20%. I 80% don't want to go back, but 20% like, I fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. If you fly back, the gate will come open. But that's how I'm kind of feeling about that. But yeah, I want to also know about your. I want to know a little bit more about your opinion on not going back, and why you feel like it's dangerous. Why you feel like it'll be more like I know you said it'll remind you of why things were broken off in the first place, but why do you think it'll get way more dangerous? I'm not disagreeing. I agree with you. I kind of felt that too. I was like, I don't know. Maybe you can look over things, and you know what I'm saying, but maybe some things is just,
yeah.
Maybe it's just too real. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And it's always just gonna get worse. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. From my experience, whenever I have and this is going all the way back to when I was a teenager. I remember when I was 16, I was messing around with this freshman chick. She was 14, super cutie. You know what I mean? Yeah, kind of tall. She was taller than me. A little tall 14-year-old June. You know what I'm saying? But she was right. And very mature for her age and all of that kind of stuff. And we was together and everything was cool. But you know, when you're that young, you have to understand that both of y'all are young, immature, and very, very curious. But you know, a 16-year-old boy is very insecure, and you know, they are jealous. You know what I'm saying? And that was me a little bit. So, you know, she had a thing for basketball players, and I didn't run. She had a thing for basketball players. You know what I'm saying? And not just basketball players, but like popular type dudes. She has a thing. I mean, she's 14 years old. What do I expect? She loved me, but she also, oh yeah, you know, boy, blah, blah, blah. So I broke up with her. Like, I actually broke up with her because I felt like she was on her way to making a move. And I had enough proof to show that, you know, she really was. So we broke up, and she felt some kind of way about me breaking up with her, because in her mind, she felt like, you broke up with me for nothing. I ain't cheated on you or nothing like that. And like, what's up with you? But so we got back together and all of that, and it wasn't the same. It wasn't the same. And we didn't stay together long enough for us to get it back on track, you know. But I realized from that experience at 16 years old, you can't get things back the way that they was. All you can do is get them back. You can get it to a place where both of y'all can get comfortable, but you can't get back to what you had or where you were or any of that. And that became clear to me then, but I was hard-headed. So I made that mistake a few more times as I got older. And then I realized, like, yeah, hold on. All of that breakup, the makeup, and all of that shit, that some people can do that shit if they into that. But it don't work for me. Well, let me put it this way. It didn't work for me back then because my expectations were different. Like look at it this way. And I'm gonna just keep it a buck. If you all on my dick before, and then I break up with you, and then we get back with each other, and I expect you to be all on my dick again, and you ain't, at least not fast, because you looking at me like, well, look, I was all on your dick before, and that ain't keep you. So you might jet again. You understand what I mean? So I'm looking at it from more of an egotistical, self-centered point of view. And I'm forgetting that they have feelings too, that I'm totally ignoring. So yeah, that's why I say, if you break up with somebody, and sometimes when you break up with somebody and then you get with somebody else, and that somebody else that you get with don't work out, and it's a terrible experience, and then the other person that you broke up with before them, you see them again, or they come back in your lives, and you like, damn, you can't even remember why y'all broke up. But believe me, in the first few days or first few weeks, you're going to get reminded about why you may have given them away, or why they were the one that got away. And it's probably going to be because you can't get back to that mental and emotional place where you were before. You trying to get back to yesterday, and yesterday ain't available. You got to deal with today and make a better tomorrow. And you might not be with all that. You might not be prepared for all of that. So yeah, you going to get, like little shit too, man. Sometimes it could be little petty shit. Like, oh shit.
Or it could be like, or now I understand, now that I hear you speak, now I can understand, I can understand it, but I don't want to agree with it. They're saying, oh, some people outgrow themselves, some people outgrow each other, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to agree with it, but now I'm kind of understanding it, because maybe sometimes that even happens, because like how I feel now, I feel like even if I were to allow her back in my life, or allow us to try to work things out, our life don't line up. You know what I'm saying? Things that I got going on, and the things that I'm doing in life, and the direction that I'm trying to go, just don't fit. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think that I would have been going in this direction if we would have stayed together. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, and it's just not fit. It's not fitting right now. You know what I'm saying? So now I kind of get why people say, oh yeah, maybe some people outgrow each other. But me being, I guess that's that I don't know. I guess that's that hanging on and shit. I feel like, to be real honest, to explain all in one little thing, I feel like I'm a woman hoarder. Like I like to keep all my relationships like a hoarder be just keeping shit up in their house. Okay. Like I feel like mentally I hoard a lot of relationships mentally.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's probably going to be something that you're going to have to work on with yourself, because you can't. Well, yeah, you can't hold on to all of them and then still have the one that you might want. Now, I'm careful when saying that, because
it's not like I don't want to make it seem like that. not necessarily like that, but actually holding on to things and not being as fast. You know what I'm saying? Because eventually you like you're not just stuck in my head forever. Eventually you gone. Like it's happened plenty of times. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I even thought this about my baby mama, and that was one of my favorites. But I even thought about this with my baby mother. You know, like I thought she'd never be off my mental. I thought it was, you know what I'm saying? But now it's like shit. I don't give a fuck what she doing. Like you get what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck what she doing. I don't give a fuck what she do. Like you get what I'm saying? It just she not mentally. She don't have a mental apartment in my head. You know what I'm saying? She not paying rent in my head. So I'm not saying I'm letting 20 different relationships or 20 different women pay rent in my head. It's just I order relationships as in I always keep the shit longer than what it's supposed to be. You know what I'm saying?
No, I didn't take it like you meant that like you got a harem or nothing like that. What I mean is just the way you were saying it, just what you said. You know, if you're not clearing out mental and emotional space in your head and your heart from all of the ones that you're not dealing with, it's going to be hard to make room for the one or the ones that you really want to that really deserve your time and the one that you really want to give your time and attention to. And the thing about it is the reason that I said I was going to be careful about saying that is because, you know, there are a lot of people out there who believe in polygamy, and polygamy works for some people. So, you know, they're able.
Man, bro, I thank y'all that I'm talking to you, bro. Because even though you bringing out some good shit, bro, like, and that's just scary as fuck. How the hell you how the hell you figuring out? Like, you probably not figuring, knowing that it got tied with me, but literally, like, you just pulling shit out, and I'm like, bro, maybe it's making me look at shit.
Listen, man, everything ain't for everybody, but what's for you is for you. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to speak on a situation that I have nothing to do with, like it can't work, because I see that it works, and some people really believe in it, and I know that it works for some. It might work for others too, but you have to let go of some of your cultural ties. So just like you have to let go of some of your past loves in order to free up space for a new love or the real love that you may have, is the same way that they have carved out a way in their lives to be able to keep what they have and be satisfied with it. You know what I'm saying? So just because somebody may be raised as a Christian and they say that the Bible says it's supposed to be one man, one woman, and you're supposed to challenge yourself like that for the rest of your life, just because culturally you've been raised to believe that, it doesn't mean that it's true for everybody. What's working is working. So if my man over here has three who all know each other, they all live in the same house, and they all help raise each other's children, and they help raise each other up, what am I to say? Like, oh, that's nasty as shit. I'm like,
90 seconds.
Wow, I wonder if,
bro,
like,
you want to know what made me look into that, bro? Like, what made me even think about, because I was engaged before, and that's crazy. I'm only 24 and about to be 25 next month. You know what I'm saying? And I've already been engaged once before, you know. But I've been engaged before, and you know what made me really look into learning about more shit and deeper shit, and then not only polygamy, but you know what I'm saying, the whole concept. I was with a homeboy, and we was at his uncle's house one time, and he had like 3-4 females, all had kids by him, you know what I'm saying, and they was all in the house. This is my first time going over there, you know what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. They was over there doing the kids' hair and shit, and the uncle was just rolling around cool, you know what I'm saying, messing with, like, you know what I'm saying, it just looked like a family deal thing. And then I hit my homeboy, I'm like, hey, man, what up? You know what I'm saying? He's like, oh yeah, them is women. I'm like, all of them? Like, yeah. I'm like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I really got to look at it like in person. I'm like, that's what's up. Even though
10 seconds.
looking good, but you know what I'm saying? But that's what's up. You know what I'm saying? He was doing it. He had what he had. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, and that's what made me look into how everything was working, because that household was so smooth. Like it was working so smooth. Like it wasn't like, it really felt like everybody's family. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like how everybody used, like how all the old folks used to say, oh, it takes a village to raise a kid. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Well, if you really look at it, villages have been broken up by the American way of society. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's how I picture, like, and I picture every family as an empire. You know what I'm saying? Every family has a business. You know what I'm saying? And for my business to run good, you know what I'm saying? Why doesn't it seem fair or right to have multiple women? Some women can't have kids, some women don't want to have kids. You know what I'm saying? But they want to have kids. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or you get what I'm saying? And then like say the women who want kids but can't have kids, she can be a babysitter, she can be a nanny, she can, you get what I'm saying? When all the rest of the parents go out and do what's right for the empire or do whatever. You get what I'm saying? So it's basically like everybody would have a part to play. But now society has made everybody's part with a price on it, with a price tag. So say for instance, this is how they get women to feel like they don't need a man, because you can pay for everything that a man can give you, that a man can provide. Your lawn service, your mechanic, your plumber. You know what I'm saying? So with that being, like, it's kind of like that. You know what I'm saying? That's how I picture the empire, and that's what I seen at that little moment. You know what I'm saying? At being at my homeboy's uncle house. You know what I'm saying? And seeing how his empire was moving and working, how it was so lubricated. You know what I'm saying? Like an engine. I say lubricated because it's like oil in the engine. You know what I'm saying? The engine runs smooth. You know. Mm-hmm. So and when I seen that, that's what made me learn and look into it and look on that side. You know what I'm saying? And then you always hear really you know the saying. Well, I don't know if you know, but around here, you with them Mormons or you with the like, you know what I'm saying? You with them dudes. You know what I'm saying? Like they put it as if it's a certain religion that brought this up, or you know what I'm saying, when people that don't really know about polygamy or anything like that, but that always brings up in church people. But yeah, that's what I'm. Well,
I look at it like this. It's funny, and after I say this, we gotta do these birthday shout outs and get on up out of here. But it's funny how, you know, we'll buck the system on the way that we were raised when it's something that we really want to do. Like, all right, you may not have been raised to engage in premarital sex, but I bet you wasn't thinking about that the first time you had premarital sex. You may not have been raised to you may not have been raised to ever use drugs or smoke cigarettes or any of that shit, but I bet you wasn't worried about that when you decided to, you know, do all of those things. You may not have been raised to steal or lie or cheat or any of those things, but you sure carved out a way for you to be able to do those things and justify it in your mind in some kind of way. But when it comes to something like polygamy, I guess we start thinking about more. We start thinking more about our salvation. All of a sudden, one sin does become bigger than the other. The Bible clearly says no sin is bigger than the other, right? So just thinking about a bitch titties is the same as you raping a chick, right? No sin is greater than the other, right? But all of a sudden,
yeah, I guess if you take that from the Bible,
hey, they wrote it. They wrote it. But
hey, that's what you said. They wrote it.
They wrote it, and you follow it when it's convenient for you. But when you start using logic, when the stakes start to get a little high for you, you know what I'm saying? So like, well, it says thou shalt not kill, and you probably followed that to the letter. But then somebody does something to you where you feel like all of a sudden, I don't believe that this world is big enough for the both of us. So now God is going to have to forgive you. But when it comes to something like polygamy, I guess you're going to say, no, ain't no way God is going to sanction that. When right there in the Bible, Noah, Moses, Samson, all them niggas, for all we know, Jesus had we don't know. You understand what I mean? But
yeah,
we get to auditing and itemizing our sins when it becomes convenient for us or inconvenient for us. Yep. Well, I only did this. I ain't do all that. But I thought no sin was greater than the other. So it don't matter. Yeah. Yep. This serial killer over here got 50 bodies. And you lied to your kids about Santa Claus, the Easter Bunny, and the Tooth Fairy. You going to hell just like Ted Bundy over here. You know what I mean? Or everybody going to hell. No sin is greater than the other. That's what you get. So anyway, listen, man, I appreciate you calling it. I really do. Always good talk. Always. You know what I mean? I look forward to talking to you again, man. You be careful. Have a good night.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
Peace. Right, my peoples. We have some shout outs to do. Some people were born on this glorious November 16th, and they deserve to be acknowledged. So let's go about our business of acknowledging them, making them feel special because they are special, because they are special, because they are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They get number one out the box. Donella Gormillion, happy birthday to you. And Takia Stokes, happy birthday to you. And Jonette D. Allen, happy birthday to you. And Chanel Cash, turning 33 years old today. And Glenda Calvin, turning 48 years old today. And Mazialida Fana Guzman, turning 26 years old today. And Quincy Savala, turning 55 years old today. And Glenda Florence, turning 48 years old today. And Daryl Springs, turning 61 years old today. Siobhan Long, turning 56 years old today. My girl go-getter Allison Cunningham, happy birthday to you. And DJ Leon Lynch, turning 48 years old today. And Prince Bishop, happy birthday to you. And my girl Leah Clouden, happy birthday to you. And last but not least, going all the way back to the 1989, my man, Carl Jones. My man, Carl Jones. I want to say happy birthday to all of you and anyone else out there who shares this birthday on this glorious November 16th, anywhere out there in the world, worldwide, internationally, and universally. All of y'all go ahead and turn up. But don't turn up too loud. Just turn up loud enough so everybody can hear you. Rock out, rock on it, do the damn, the rock out, rock on it, do the damn, rock out, rock on it, do the damn thing. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind. And anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours, and remember, hold on. Something caught my attention. Aqua Activator says you only get 5 years in hell for certain sins. 5 years in hell? Hold on, they got sentencing guidelines in hell now? Yo, man, you know what? They gotta stop this bullshit. Now, so you burn for 5 years in hell, but you don't have no skin, flesh, axons, neurons, nerves, Like, how do you burn when you don't have a body? You shed your physical body when you the one you gave away, the one that got away, and the one who died. There are going to be many people in your lives. There will be many people in your lives who will fit this criteria. Some of them will be lovers and some of them won't. Some people we have not held a high value with who weren't our lovers, but they may have been somebody that we love. You know, there are plenty of people who didn't reconcile their relationship with their parents before their parents died. That's the one who died. They could have been the one who died. Brothers, sisters, aunts, uncles, cousins, friends. They died. They all had a significant place and meaning in our lives, but did we always take good advantage of the situation while we were there, or did we give them away? Did we push them away? Were they the ones who got away? Did we do something to push them away? Did we do something to make them explore other options other than ours or being with us? Did we do everything that we could do in order to keep everything together? Maybe sometimes we did. Plenty of times maybe we didn't. But one thing is for sure is that life goes on. Life goes on and love goes on. So in your memory, you may remember all of the people that you love, and sometimes you may forget about some that you love. Maybe some of them you didn't love. Maybe some of them you just liked a whole lot. But nonetheless, people are in your life and out of your life for certain reasons. And there's nothing we can do or say about that. Well, we can say whatever we want. Excuse me. And we can actually do something about it. It doesn't mean that what we do or say is going to turn out in our favor. Listen, man, I want to thank y'all for coming through and checking out the Daily Go Getimism show. I hope y'all enjoyed listening to the show as much as I enjoyed broadcasting it. And I really did enjoy broadcasting it tonight. I considered this to be an important show tonight. I wanted to do a headbanger, a mind jogger tonight. You know, because we probably won't be available for Let's Get Real About Relationships Thursday. But we're here tonight for Pretty Petty Tuesday. Excuse me, for Pretty Petty Tuesday. I don't know about tomorrow. I don't know where this road is gonna lead to. But I'm glad that y'all was here. Peace to all my day ones, my everydays, and my brand news. I love y'all to death. Resuscitate y'all and love y'all back to life. Don't you know? Don't you know? Don't you know? Robin Ming talk about something. It was a great show, Omar. Don't tell me it was a great show when you tell me that I don't own who I own. You come around me when you're ready to be possessed and owned by the great O. What? All right, y'all. Okay. So this is what y'all gonna front on me. Y'all gonna front on me. You know what I mean? Yeah, I don't understand. You know, I do so much. I do. Carol, you too. What you talking about? You know what I mean? Mine. That's my motto. Mine. Mine. You know, like Johnny Gill said, mine. You know what I mean? If O owns you, then you don't need nobody else to own you. You are now being owned by the best. All right, man, let's get on out of here because I don't like the energy I'm getting right now. I'm not feeling what y'all trying. Yeah, I mean, y'all not representing right now. I'm saying y'all don't want to belong to nobody. Let's go, y'all. I really enjoyed myself. Things like that. Topic's good for your health. Mentally and emotional. We gonna do this thing up and down like a coaster, yo. And everything is gonna be okay. We do this every day. And this Tuesday, the way that we are coming, we gonna keep it humming like Escape. But don't worry about this tape. We gonna get it recorded just like we thought it up. And make sure we double across the board when we come on through. We gonna make this thing right high for you. See, me too, and y'all on the 3. We take it to the 1, have a whole lot of fun. It's the TG Show. My name is Sun 7. We do this thing from 2 to 11, but we here tonight. I don't know about tomorrow night, so we get right. The game is tight. I am that dude. Yo, don't be rude. Don't be trying that. I don't possess. No, don't be saying that I don't possess y'all. All I'm down with y'all like we never fall up. Yo, we stand tall like this. Y'all get your fry like fish. Take a kiss. Hey, yo, Chris. Listen, I can't say I'm gonna be here tomorrow, but I was here today. And I ain't expect that to happen. So who knows about tomorrow? But I let you know what's happening. So let me get my Instagram is Slammer Jammer. Thanks for coming on through and let me exercise my grammar. I get back. You know how we do. All right. Yeah. And for my YouTubers, you know just how we do, but I get with y'all on the other side. Yo, peace, my boobers. Peace 1. 57 top 2. Yeah. I get back with y'all, baby. And you know how it go. Yes.